So I'll go first if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So number 5, I've got Monday Night Football. Actually, no, I'm putting this game higher on the list, so not yet. At number 5, I didn't think I was going to put this game in my top 5 list. Well, because I thought one of the teams would be terrible since Daniel Jones is their starting quarterback. But yeah, I am starting my list with the game at Lucas Oil Stadium, Denver at Indianapolis. The Colts caught me off guard by putting up the performance they did against Miami. But now you're facing a really good defense in the Denver Broncos, and I'm really high on the Broncos. You are not. And I think the Colts are going to be trash this season. If Indy goes out and wins this game, it will definitely catch my attention about them. So I got that as my number 5 game. More so because of the Colts than the Broncos, since I'm so high on the Broncos already. Number 4, this one might be surprising to you, considering one of the teams lost their season opener on the road, but it's the LA Rams taking on the Tennessee Titans in the Titans home opener. I didn't think the Rams played particularly well against the Texans in their week 1 game, but they did just enough. And with the Titans, I thought Cam Ward looked okay. I didn't think he looked great against the Broncos. And now he comes home and he's taking on another really good defense. You got Jared Verse coming after you. We're going to find out how good that Titans offensive line is, because you go from a stout Broncos defense to a really solid Rams defense. So that's my number 4. Number 3, I alluded to it earlier, Monday Night Football in Houston, Buccaneers against the Texans. I just talked about it. Houston, they didn't play well. They got bullied by the Rams defensive line. Jared Verse was able to do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. And now you got a Todd Bowles-led defense coming in. Baker Mayfield leads the Buccaneers on a game-winning drive. And Emeka Egbuka, you talked about it earlier. It's just plug and play with the Buccaneers. They just find these rookie wide receivers and boom, it works. So I'm very interested in this game. Number 2, I thought about going Sunday Night Football here, but I'm actually going to go with the Thursday night game. Commanders at Packers. Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels, short week in Lambeau. These are two of the premier teams in the NFL. We both have the Packers getting to the Super Bowl. I have them winning. You do not. We both have the Commanders making the playoffs. Though
no, I did not. I had them missing.
That's right. You're right. My mistake. But we both feel like the Commanders are going to be that team once again to challenge the Eagles and be in the mix. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams play on a short week. You know, both teams are coming off of division games against the Giants and Lions. So how does that factor into this? And then number 1, it's the Super Bowl rematch. Eagles Chiefs. What more do I need? Excuse me. What more do I need to say?
Okay. We only agree on 3 games on the list. Only 1 game we agree on the order. I think you know what that game will be. So, number 5 on my list, it is the DK Metcalf revenge game.
I seriously considered putting this game in the list. I really did.
This to me was a coin flip between Indianapolis and Denver, which you had, and this game. I went with this game more because of the Aaron Rodgers factor. The Packers or not the why did I say the back? The Steelers. I was a major slip up, folks. I apologize. The Steelers impressed the hell out of me with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, putting up 34 points in an offense coordinated by Arthur Smith. I didn't even know that was possible. And
By the
against
way, the Jets impressed the hell out of me.
yes. By the way, this game's not on my list, but I considered Bills Jets because of the way the Jets play. Is Justin Fields sustainable? We're gonna find out throughout the season. But yeah, I'm very interested in what Seattle looks like with Sam Darnold now on the road going into Pittsburgh. I thought they had San Francisco dead to rights and beaten, and then Nick Bosa makes a play. The offensive lineman goes right into Sam Darnold's lap, and the ball comes out, and Brock Purdy makes an incredible throw to like the third string tight end in the back of the end zone to beat Seattle. Again, me and you had different opinions on the Seahawks this year. I don't know what to make of Seattle. I got to watch them more, and I don't know how to feel about Pittsburgh yet. I got to see them sustain this, so I'm interested in this game. At number 4, you mentioned it already. The first part of the Monday Night Football doubleheader, Tampa, Houston, down in Houston. I want to see how the Texans' offensive line responds against a very good Tampa Bay defense, a defense that we know is going to blitz under Todd Bowles. Because if the Texans get run over again, if they lose, and let's say Indianapolis beats Denver, or Jacksonville beats Cincinnati, Houston's in trouble. At number 3, Thursday night, you already talked about it. I don't need to go much more in depth about it. Commanders, Packers. The one point I will add to this game is this, Josh. I think if the Packers want to have the number 1 seed in the NFC, they have to win this game.
Okay.
Because I think it's going to be one of those games against a big-time rival, a game that could decide if the Commanders are a playoff team or not. I think they will be the difference between the Packers and Eagles getting the 1 and 2 seed in the NFC, the way I look at it.
Okay.
At number 2, this game isn't even on your list, and I can't wait to watch this game because of the desperation from both of these teams now at 0-1. One of these two teams who we both had making the playoffs are in the same division. They're in the NFC North. Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears going back to Detroit to take on Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. I think there's so much desperation now, the way Chicago lost that game and the way the Lions got basically the hell beat out of them by the Green Bay Packers. Could you imagine if Ben Johnson goes into Detroit and beats the Lions? And then guess what, Josh? The week after that, the Lions have to go to Baltimore. There's a very real possibility the Lions start 0-3.
And if they start the season 0-3, they are going to slaughter the Cleveland Browns in week 4.
And then, by the way,
that game will be like a total joke. And everybody will be like, oh, yeah, the Lions offense is just fine.
And then, obviously, number 1, no need to say anything more. 4:25 on Fox. Eagles, Chiefs, Super Bowl 59 rematch.
I'm honestly surprised that they're doing this game this early in the season.
I like it better than the middle of the year, to be honest. For me as a fan, right, as an Eagles fan, get the Super Bowl rematch out of the way. I don't want to worry about having to play Kansas City middle of the year and get caught up in it. I would have loved, I know this game's in Kansas City, but I would have loved to have us have a ring banner week 2 and get this game over with week 1. I'm a stickler for early Super Bowl rematches because it's more of a rematch than if you were later in the year because all these teams change.
I understand that. It's also bizarre to me. I get why you started the season against Dallas because it's Dallas and that they're your biggest rival. I still would have had you guys play the Rams in the season opener because they gave you your best fight in the playoffs. I think you play them, week 4?
Week 3. So it's next week.
That is brutal for the Eagles because you go Chiefs, Rams, and then at Tampa.
And then we owes your team, the Denver Broncos.
That's a tough stretch.
And then we get a break week 6 against the Giants, but they may be starting Jackson Dart by then.
Like I told you, I know you think I'm crazy, but if the Giants start Jackson Dart, they could beat the Chiefs in week 3.
I will bet a Dr. Pepper or whatever drink you will on that. I don't think it's possible.